Today, we're very excited to have you with us for our third installment of our live series. And this time we focus on tech careers. Today's event is brought to you by Beehive and Hived. And before we delve into the topic for today, I'll be introducing the two organizations. So Beehive is a community organization that helps students develop career skills who are currently in Beijing, Shanghai, and soon in. We've organized more than 65 events so far that focus on different types of skills, such as communication, storytelling, and a lot of different mentorship programs. If you would like to know more about Beehive, you can scan our QR code on WeChat or follow us on different social media such as LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. So some of the past events we did, one was with LinkedIn. It was a mentorship program where we matched students with LinkedIn coaches. So this is last year at the LinkedIn Beijing office headquarters. So stay tuned for our next mentorship program with LinkedIn, which is happening in the next couple of months. This is another leadership program that we hosted last year when we still could still do offline events. So it was a leadership program that focused on different skills such as public speaking, cross-cultural communication, self-aware. Again, this was in Beijing. These are some of our upcoming events. On the left, we have our next event, which is actually our first offline event by the Beehive Shanghai community. And it's going to be on how to make a successful career change. And we have Larry Wong with us and Pavel Liser. So this is going to be on Tuesday. So if you're based in Shanghai, you can drop by and check out the event. And then for the event on the right, we have a personal branding webinar with one of the biggest influencers in China, Raz Galor. And he's going to teach us the basics of personal branding and Chinese social media. This guy has more than 70 million followers on different social media platforms in China. So if you really want to target a Chinese audience for your products, or you want to build a personal brand in China, we highly encourage you to check it out. This is a free webinar, and it's going to happen next Thursday evening China time. So check time zone, and if time works, then feel free to join us. That was the introduction of Beehive. If you want to know more about Beehive, feel free to message me afterwards here or on WeChat. For the introduction of our co-organizers, Hived is a coaching and consulting service platform that helps students and young professionals to fulfill their career developmental needs. It was founded by London professionals, and the vision is to help and empower both students, but also young professionals who want to break into different career industries, such as tech or banking, and especially in the career industry of Europe. So if you need anything in terms of career consulting, CV proofreading, or career coaching, feel free to scan the Hived QR account. Great. So I am gonna introduce our host for today, which is Nicoleta Zinonos from, let me stop sharing my screen. Great. So without any further ado, it's my great pleasure to introduce Nicoleta Zinonos, who is joining us from Edinburgh in the UK. Nicoleta is currently finishing her legal traineeship at Burgess Salmon in the UK, which is a UK independent legal firm. So if you're interested in learning more about the legal industry, you can get in touch with Nicoleta, which is also actually one of the mentors at Hived. And without any further ado, I'm just passing the mic to Nicoleta.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, and thank you for choosing to spend 1 hour of your Saturday with us today. And I am myself very excited to host this, and I am excited for two reasons. First of all, because we're talking about tech, and what can be more exciting than that? And secondly, because our guests today are absolutely brilliant, and I'm sure that you can learn a lot from them. I will be firstly asking them some questions, and then the floor will be open to you to ask any questions that you want in the chat. So yeah, without any further ado, I will let our guests introduce themselves to you. So Andreas, hello.
Hello guys. My name is Andreas, as you know, and I'm working in BNP Paribas, which is a French bank. I've been here for the past 3 years now, almost 3 years. And before that, I was working for Bank of America, which is another bank, obviously, an American bank. And yeah, and I did my master's. Before I joined Bank of America, I did my master's in here in London, at Imperial College, with the title Software Engineering. And before that, I studied my undergraduate as a computer. What was the title? In computer science. Yeah, computer science in University of Cyprus. So yeah.
Thank you. George, hello to you as well.
Hello everyone, I'm George. I'm a software developer at Digital Shadows, which is a venture-backed independent technology company, basically a startup at the C-Series funding round stage, which is a late stage for startups. I'm also a computer scientist. I studied computer science back in my home country, Cyprus, back in 2011 to 2015. Then I went to Edinburgh for 1 year's master's degree, which was high performance computing with data science, which sounds much, much fancier like this. It is in reality. And about during that time, I realized I'm into software engineering. I really like software engineering. So I started applying for jobs. I got this job in 2016 at Digital Shadows as a graduate engineer. And 4 years later, I'm still there, still happy. And I'm as a senior Java developer now. That's for me.
Thank you, guys. So I'm wondering whether you can tell us a bit more about your role at your companies. What do you do, and what does a typical day look for you? Andreas, would you like to start us off?
Yeah, sure. So at BNP Paribas, I work in this team called a liquidity reporting team. So the bank gets like lots of all the trades. The team gets all the trades from the whole bank, like from all asset categories, fixed income, bonds, whatever. And we consolidated them in our database, and we present them to the stakeholders. And this could be like central banks or some members of the bank. So yeah, my main role is to maintain, there are lots of database developers in the team, but we're just 2 or 3 people working on the application side of the team, where it's a Windows application showing the reports in many forms and filtering. There are so many features on those applications. There is application for getting the data. There are application for adding some values to the data or manipulating the data. But I'm mainly working on the applications. I do some database stuff as well, but mainly on the application side, because we also have applications for specific sort of data that we get. And we're also moving now to the, recently we're moving to more web kind of solutions, like APIs. So we're using APIs to through our whole application stack, and as well as giving, giving those data to other teams in the same bank through our APIs. So yeah, that's what I do at the moment.
Thank
Yeah.
you. George, how about you? What does the life of a software engineer look like at Digital Shadows?
Right. Before I go into my daily routine, daily life, I have to explain to you guys what Digital Shadows is and what it does. Digital Shadows provides digital risk protection to our clients, and our clients are big companies like, I can't disclose this information, but they are big companies. And what we do is that we scan the open, the deep, and the dark web, and we try to find exposed information that can and potentially will be used against our clients by their adversaries to harm them or do any other thing which is not good to them. So basically, you can think, well, something like Google, but we are indexing areas of the web that are not indexed by Google, and our only focus is to help our clients minimize their digital exposure, their risk on the web. To do this, we have a group of software developers, and we have backend developers who are actually focused on scanning the web or finding the sources and analyzing those sources. And we have the front-end developers who will get the information produced by the backend developers, and they will present it to the end user, which is what they care about, really. I'm one of the backend developers. I work mostly in Java. I work a bit in Python as well, and I'm actively working on maintaining, extending, and keeping up the system.
Nice. And guys, what do you enjoy more and what do you enjoy least about your work? Andreas?
So yeah, what I enjoy more in general for my work, not as a software engineer or whatever, it's like the flexibility that I have. I don't need to go at 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I can go whenever I want. I like this flexibility. Sometimes you wake up late, sometimes early, but I can go whenever I want, and I leave as soon as I'm done. I can leave. I love this flexibility. But as a software engineer, I like the creativity part. That's why I chose software engineering as my studies, because I like this creativity part of software engineering. You're creating something. You're creating something useful to others and has an impact. So yeah, this is what I like about being a software engineer. And it's an endless learning curve. I mean, there is always something new to learn. There is the technology